And the first question will go to Kaylin Murray. Go ahead, Kaylin.
Hi, Rose. Thanks for doing this. Um, your first cap with the national team came in the rebuilding process after the 2016 Olympics. And now, going into this next rebuild, you're an established member of the team. So, how does knowing you're at the beginning of a new cycle, the slate is sort of wiped clean, how does that change your mentality as a player and change kind of how you feel going into the new cycle?
Um, I don't know if I would say it changes my mentality. I think obviously coming off the Olympics, we um obviously grateful to get a medal, but obviously that wasn't the medal we set out to get. So, I think we're kind of like ready to get back out and reprove ourselves and um I think hopefully we'll be seeing new faces in camp because I think it's always good to bring in some like good players who can push everyone here and push for spots. I think that's what's made this team so great and successful and what makes this environment so hard is there's always somebody knocking on the door ready to take your spot and I think there's a lot of really really good players performing in the league that hopefully will get brought in and I think just continue to raise the level and make everybody better.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Kaylin. We're going to go to Pat Brennan. Pat, feel free to answer some follow-ups or ask some follow-ups because we don't have a big group.
Cool. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. Rose, thanks a lot for doing this. Aaron, thank you as well. Rose, it occurred to me this week, and maybe during while I was watching the match in Cleveland, that your career arc has kind of run parallel to that of FC Cincinnati's. I think in terms of the growth of soccer locally, it's hard. It's hard for me, at least. I'll speak for myself. It's hard for me to separate the two in terms of the growth of the game here between yourself starring in the New Zealand match in 2017, bringing the World Cup Winners' Trophy back here in 19, and now you'll be one of, if not the biggest star here for locals at TQL Stadium on Tuesday night. Do you ever think about how much you've contributed to the growth of the game locally? Do you give yourself credit for that?
Uh, no, I haven't really thought about that. Um, that's like an interesting take. I haven't ever thought about how soccer and me have kind of um, sorry, I'm like stumbling on my words. I guess I don't know what to say. I've always said I think Cincinnati's like such an underrated soccer city, and I'm so glad that now having a team here, people are like seeing it, and I feel like the city's getting to showcase that, and I think it's such a great city with a lot of young talent, and hopefully um, people, girls, boys from Cincinnati can see themselves in me and see that it's possible for uh, a Midwest person to get to this level. Um, yeah, I think it's cool. I think when I was growing up, I had Heather Mitz to look up to. She went to Ursula, and I was like obsessed with her. And I think it just made it so much more real to me that somebody from where I was from was in a place that I wanted to get to. So, yeah, I hope that I can like serve as that same kind of like inspiration to people in this area.
Anything else, Pat?
Yeah, sure, Aaron, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Thank
please.
you. Rose, I'm sorry if that question bamboozled you or caught you off guard a little bit. And it's totally cool if you don't agree. But so let me ask you this then: when you do come here, like I said, for the public appearances and the matches, the New Zealand one was a very big one here, very important locally because of yourself. You brought the World Cup Winners' Trophy back here in 19, and now you'll play a part in the first U.S. soccer anything at TQL Stadium. Um, how was that for you to come back to your hometown and kind of play a starring role in these quite massive local soccer events?
Um, yeah, I don't know if I think of myself as like having a starring role, but I am very very excited to be able to come and play in Cincinnati. I'm like always so happy anytime I get to come home, but to be able to come home and kind of show off the city to all my teammates, I was so excited about, and I know that TQL is going to be just bumping and have the best atmosphere, so I'm excited for everybody to get to experience that. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. I'm just going to be glowing the whole night out of happiness.
Anything else,
Thanks,
Pat?
guys.
Yep. All right, let's go to Chris Wrinkle. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, thanks. Rose, you're coming to TQL Stadium, your first time in a soccer-specific stadium in Cincinnati. What does this mean for soccer in the city, and how excited are you that, you know, with all respect to Nippert, you're not playing in the Bearcats' house, you kind of got your own home here now?
Yeah, I think it's so cool that it's like soccer has a home here and it's here to stay. I will say when we played at Nippert, I think that stadium's so cool because it's just like everybody, it's so big, but it's so close to the field too. So I feel like it feels like such an intimate setting, and you can like hear all the fans that much louder because the stands go right onto the field basically. So that was so fun last time we played there. But I am so excited that soccer has a place in this city and it keeps growing and there's more buzz and excitement around it, I feel like, every single year. And to get to be a part of that on Tuesday is going to be so special.
And have you seen the stadium in person yet, or seen pictures, and what are your thoughts? Or do you have family and friends who have been there, and what have they told you about?
Yeah, some of my family has gone to the games, and I actually, last time I was home, I got to see it, and it's incredible. I think it looks amazing. The grass was like pristine. So I am really, really, really looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
Thanks, Rose.
Rose, what were you saying your family and friend contingent is going to number for this game?
Oh, I'm from a big family. My mom's one of 12, so I have like 40 cousins, and so I think there's going to be about like, between everybody, probably like 60 or 70 of my family there. It'll be fun.
That might be a record for a USWNT player. And also, the rest of the 20,000 will say that you're their best friend too. Speaking of, I think we're up over 21,000 for the game, so there's a couple thousand tickets left, and hopefully we'll sell a few more before Tuesday. Looks like we got one more. If anyone has any other questions, please raise their hand, but we'll go to Kaylin Murray. Go ahead, Kaylin.
Hi, Rose. Following up, you said, the bronze medal wasn't exactly what you guys were looking for out of the Olympics. Now that you've had a little more time to reflect on how the Olympics went, I'm wondering what you think the team learned about itself, and now you've got a couple years before the next World Cup. So how do you think the next couple years should be spent for the team?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question, and I'm not sure. I think that at the Olympics, it was like there wasn't just one thing that we could point to that we were like, this for sure is the reason behind the way everything's going. So I think it's kind of just, and I feel like this sounds cliche and it is not very specific, but I think for this group, it's like kind of getting back to the details and in every realm, whether that's, fitness, the physical aspect, the mental aspect, being turned on every set piece, like every single thing across the board. I think, it's just, I think we maybe got away from the details, and there was like a lot of things that contributed to it. So I think it's like going back and remembering that every little thing matters and everything adds up to a percentage. So even if something's only going to make you 1% better, we do it and we buy into it. And sorry, it's like not a very specific answer, but I feel like there was just a lot that played into our performance, and we got time to grow. So it's fine. We'll go back to the drawing board and get better.
Is that something, are the players sort of talking amongst themselves about, you said there were a lot of little things, and I think that was the sense during the Olympics, that there's not just one thing you can pinpoint. So is that sort of like a continuing conversation with the players to kind of continue to figure out those little things that you want to address? Like, what have the conversations been like in camp?
Yeah, I think it's a conversation with everybody, like across the board, every player, every staff member. I think it didn't come down to just one player or one person. It was like all of us. And I think, we started off the camp, we kind of like addressed it. We kind of hashed it all out, and then it's kind of like close the chapter and get ready for this next chapter and this next cycle. And I think we always know that we can be better, especially after the Olympics. We know we can be a lot better. And like I said, I think that there's some really there's a lot of really good players that are in form right now, some in camp, some not in camp, and I think it's going to be about just keep pushing everybody so that the environment just keeps getting better and better and more competitive, and there's always somebody that's pushing for a spot.
Great,
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Caitlin, and thanks, Rose. For those of you at TQL tonight, you'll be able to see Rose again. Wave to the crowd, and of course Tuesday night on the field. So thanks everyone, and we'll talk to you on match day -1.